All right, so here's Gus Grant. All right, so this is Dr. Douglas Gus Grant, AB, LLB, MD, CCFP, ICD.D. I'm just tired after reading his name. And who is this guy? He's the guy that was kind enough to dismiss my complaint. I mean, and he dismissed it, thankfully not on the actual, grounds, but on a technicality. And of course, he didn't want to and he pursued with the idea that, investigations should not require any type of effort at all. And if you are found to be of the opinion that there's not enough evidence that you didn't look for, and then the whole entire complaint can be summarily dismissed. So I was very, very happy to see this very fine gentleman here. And he what is his job, right? So his job is the registrar and CEO of the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Nova Scotia. So his job depends to the only thing that he does is dismiss complaints. Now and he works backwards, right? He doesn't look at the complaint and works towards his resolution. He does it backwards. He already knows that the complaint will be dismissed, and he's like, well, how am I going to dismiss the complaint? Okay, he looks through everything to try to dismiss the complaint. Even though he does acknowledge the facts of the case, he dismisses it. There's technicality. I can dismiss it on this technicality. All right, no more. It's so funny. I mean, these guys, they are on the wrong side of history. I mean, what can you do if you have this many letters after your name? I mean, certainly you can make some sort of excuse up for why you want to keep the baby killing machine rolling. Right? It's very, very serious what he's doing here. So we're going to drag his name through the mud, I suppose. He's the one that dismissed the complaint, not on the grounds of and the technicality wasn't even valid. I mean, this type of technicality, it is in the public interest to investigate the complaint, and would be certainly in the interest of the College of Physicians of Nova Scotia to actually get a response from Dr. Michel. But he didn't even ask for a response from the doctor. He said, "Oh, well, you're the father, so you cannot. You're not eligible to have a claim. We got to get the." But see, the problem with that is that these women are deceived. So that's the problem, and these women are deceived, so they will not make a complaint, and everything keeps rolling. What keeps rolling? The baby killing machine keeps rolling, which is quite grim. It's the reality of what they're doing here. So yeah. And we got Gus Grant here. All right, so let's read a little bit about this guy. So Dr. Douglas Gus Grant, AB, LLB, MD, CCFP, ICD.D, is the registrar and CEO of the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Nova Scotia and a leading medical regulator. He studied literature at Harvard and law at McGill University, as well as practiced in health law litigation before training in medicine at Dalhousie University. Um, in addition to health law consulting, Dr. Grant has practiced medicine both in Canada and the United States. He is a long-standing board member for the Medical Council of Canada and has served as the past president of the Federation of Medical Regulatory Authorities of Canada. Dr. Grant will provide critical insight into the mindset of the medical community, helping to navigate the complex structures of healthcare organizations, clinical rotations, and interdisciplinary collaborations. So this gentleman, I mean, he's a stand-up guy, but if there's no any kind of oversight into what he's doing, well, and we could see here this what am I doing here? I'm doing this exactly what should have been done a long time ago. Is real civilian oversight. So, I mean, this is laughable. His dismissal is just absolutely laughable. He's saying yes, and then he's saying, well, we're not going to admit. He's saying, well, you're not going to admit that these babies are actually, conceived, and the baby will die because of the altered endometrium. We're not going to admit that, but we're going to say that you believe that. Well, I do believe it because it is true. I mean, that's what the pharmaceutical industry has said, and that is what's going on here. So he did not admit, or he admitted in a way. He did and he didn't. We're going to get a little bit more into the dismissal because I mean I think the dismissal should be analyzed a little bit more. But this is the guy, and this is the so very learned doctor, AB, LLB, MD, CC, FP, ID, ICDD. This is getting to be a little bit too much. Just you know, one of these is fine. You don't need all these. This academia thing is. I mean, it's okay, to go to university to learn, but why are these guys going to university is to become some sort of um, gatekeeper? I mean, they're not there to benefit the society at all, and that's what's going on here. These guys are not there to benefit. I mean, the DA's got an important job, and to work backwards, what is he doing? He said, okay, this complaint is going to be dismissed. How am I going to dismiss this complaint? And he uses his superior knowledge, not to investigate the claim, but to dismiss the complaint. Right? That's the whole point of what he's doing. And they put a guy like this in charge. I mean, what's this guy? Why would he just dismiss my claim on this technicality and not want to get more information? He said, well, I don't care about getting more information, but I'm going to dismiss it on the grounds that, well, you're the father, and yeah, I am the father. I am. I certainly am the father. And it is 100% sure that this guy knows with his brilliancy that these babies will be conceived and will die at the later stage of implantation, failed implantation, where the baby, is a very, healthy baby. It's a viable pregnancy, and the pregnancy will fail because of and he knows this, and he's saying, "Oh, this guy's complaining about that. How can we shut him down?" That's all he's doing. He's like, "How can we shut this guy down?" So this is the guy. Yeah. I'm sure, if you talk to him and all this stuff, you have some fat steaks with him. If you're one of his colleagues and everything like that, I'm sure he likes to get around the table at the restaurant and order the fattest steaks available, and drink champagne and all this stuff. But when it comes to actual accountability, well, how are these physicians, going to be held accountable if we got a guy like this in charge? Yeah.